took notes.
Ooh, you took
I was trying to be
notes.
nice. I was trying to be a goody two shoes. So, but I didn't
Um,
get some doodle time in. So
that's
I don't know. I
fine.
got to weigh the pros and cons of this. So,
But that means now you're gonna give the recap.
oh dang it! No, I mean I never took notes. What? Uh,
So let's hear them.
uh. So I have down that we are in Caer Konig, which is a lake town. We met up at the Hook, Line, and Sinker. Sinker? Yeah, Sinker. Um, and we were all kind of just in there getting warm, and this female human, Atinus, is that her name? Comes in, and essentially we need to find the speaker of the town, Torvis. And we go in, bust open his door, like completely ransack his house, and just fucking leave and scare the neighbors. Make our way around town. We find him underneath the pier, the broken down pier, and yeah, we get him. We get him up and going, and take him back to the tavern. And I think that was it.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Cool.
We ended the night. Also, uh, Kedek, wanted to make sure that one of the townspeople, that was a drunk dwarf, if
I
I'm not
forgot to
mistaken,
give Patrick his nightcap.
um, went back to make sure that the local townsperson was safe. I would put that as kind of a notable thing. But other than that, yeah, you killed it. So we will start the evening, where we started the evening last time in the local tavern, the Hook, Line, and Sinker. Um, there, Tarvis has bought you all ale and has promised you a night's stay at the local inn. If I'm also not mistaken. And I'm gonna also apologize because I have been hoarse all day. There will be no voices, so if it gets confusing of who is talking with the multiple NPCs this evening, please let me know and I will clarify. But I'm not even trying, um, because again I had to yell at people today. Um, but there it was kind of shared with you guys that there has been local break-ins, and that's why Trovis was out patrolling. So, everyone's just kind of in the tavern. Does anybody want to describe what they're doing or um, what's going on? Anybody doing of anything of importance?
Chris just drinking.
Just drinking, having a good old time. Well, so all right. So with that, if nobody really has anything they're wanting to kind of do or to get going, um, Trovis is having a good time. He's talking with you guys. Kind of you could tell he's starting to get his drink on and enjoying the evening, and so he's gonna walk up to the bar, and he's gonna start talking with Glenn, the local barkeep that you guys have already met. And just gonna be talking with him, leaving you guys alone now. Shortly after, a um, a a shield dwarf, an older lady, is going to approach you all. And actually, I have notes for this. Let me pull this up. She's gonna come up to you guys, and I'm gonna do my best to role play it. I apologize again for this evening. Um, but you guys are the ones that found Travis this evening, are you?
Yep.
Yeah, it was us.
Interesting. Well, you know what I have for a couple of nifty adventurers such as yourselves?
A reward?
Well, for something else. If you'd be interested in it.
What is it?
She's gonna kind of lean in. Have you heard about the recent murders?
No. Should we?
In the
Should we
past,
hear about these?
in the past month. Oh, are you asking me out of character?
No, in
Oh,
character.
okay.
My character is just like, should we know about this? What?
Well, there's been 3 cold-blooded murders in the past month in 3 separate towns. There was a trapper in East Haven, a human shipbuilder in Targos, and 3 days ago, a dwarf glassblower in Ben Sharner. I cannot say that name. How do I actually say that? Oh wow, there's not even.
Brian Shander.
Is it Brian Shander? Okay, thank you, Brian Shander. Um, and each victim were found with a dagger of ice through their heart. I believe the person responsible is with a small traveling merchant company called Torgs. Torgs company moves around a lot, and I believe they were in the towns where the murders happened. She just kind of looks at herself. If I wasn't so old, I'd go and handle this myself. But that is where I'd start. I'd start searching out Torg's company. If you can handle this, 100 gold pieces for you all is in order.
You say the victims and where they were.
Yes.
One more time.
So she identified them as a trapper in East Haven.
East Haven.
Yep. Hang on. That's actually a halfling. I did not type that out, but it was a halfling trapper in East Haven, a human shipbuilder in Targos. And she said 3 days ago it was a dwarf glass blower in Bren Shander. And each victim was found with a dagger of ice through their heart. And Torg's company is a merchant company. Anybody who lives or has lived in any of the Tenstown is relatively familiar with Torg's. It's just think old school. Oh, that explains why Robbie's been so quiet. I was like, Robbie's never quiet.
Tell me about it, right?
Yeah, I know. I was like, I'm trying to get some RP going. Robbie's usually my go-to guy. I was like, man, he's been quiet.
I'm sorry, it's just sunflower seeds, otherwise I jump in. I'm
No,
almost
you're
done.
good.
Almost
You're
done.
good. Yeah, you're hangry. And I hear my kids screaming upstairs too, so I'm like, crap, what am I gonna do with this next? Hoping my wife will wake up. But anybody who is from any of the towns, would know of Torque's company. It's think old school, like 1920s caravan. You know, they'd go set up, put their crap out, come and buy, and then they'd barter, buy, sell, and move to the next city. So
Just gonna look at the dwarf and go, do they sell ice knives? Because that's how you know. If they sell ice knives, you're gonna know that it's them.
I'm just gonna kind of look at you and be like, I haven't come up here in a while, so I'm not exactly sure of their wares, but maybe.
Did hear of a kid in Waterdeep that used to kill people with ice knives.
Oh my god.
How long have you been sitting on that one, Josh?
Just a little while.
To those that don't know, he was playing, what, an 11-year-old boy?
Yeah.
And on the first night, killed an NPC.
Oh wow.
Just some random like
Yep.
tavern person with his ice knives because he didn't read his spell. His like cantrip on the way in one shot. The like tavern goer. It's pretty funny.
I misunderstood that there was commoners there around. I thought it was a whole group of bad guys.
It's pretty funny. But yeah. Any other questions for you, Haley? Or Elifiol?
Leafy just gonna be like, "Well, it's 100 a lot, you guys." I don't
Yes.
know. I don't usually handle money.
Is it 100 apiece or 100 for the group?
She would have. I was trying to make it clear. I did a bad job. It
I
would
think
be
it's for the group.
just for the group. But
I know, but I'm trying to get her to put more in.
yes, anybody not or anybody from here would know that 100 gold is a substantial amount of money for up here. Anybody not from here, 100 gold is okay. It's good. It's good, but not crazy.
So we have to find who did it. Is that all? Or is there like, do we have to bring them back? Do we have to kill them? What are the terms?
Well, if you handle it without involving law enforcement, I will pay you 110 gold.
I'm in.
I don't know. This sounds sketchy.
Those are my favorite jobs.
Well, 110 gold. That would help buy coats for homeless in many of the towns.
Yeah, with your share.
That's very true. I mean, we've been to East Haven before.
Are there a lot
Yeah,
of
that's-
hopeless homeless?
Is it?
Well, I mean, there's some homeless in each of the 10 towns, but Stin and I have met in East Haven off and on over the past year. Would we have any idea about where Torques would be at this time? Do they have a normal traveling pattern?
No. They just kind of travel around pretty loosely. Where the wind blows, kind of sends them. There could be, there's a need in certain cities or whatever they have. They think they'll be able to unload it. A lot of it's kind of bartering. A lot of the different, especially now, over the last 2 years, with a lot of the trade routes completely being shut down. Little traveling merchant companies like this is where a lot of like certain towns, that are close to woods have certain resources that they are able to send off to other places. So if they end up
Right,
having a
just
lot more
towns.
skins and wood, they're not going to go to one of the towns even if it was supposed to be next. They're going to go somewhere else to unload based on need.
Right.
So it's going to be a kind of a supply and demand kind of decision for them. So it's there's no way to know. She would tell you that she believes that they were last in Bryn Shander 3 days ago. So if you head there and maybe ask, where they were supposed to be heading next, that you might have a better lead on where they could be. Robbie, I saw that you had left. Are you tracking what's going on? Did you have your headphones?
No.
Okay.
'Cause-
I can
Uh,
just like copy and paste what I've written down and just send it
Yeah.
to you real quick.
well, Eric told me that there's a dwarf lady that wants to offer us money to find a murderer.
Yes, essentially a murder. There's been 3 murders in 3 different cities. She believes it's somebody working with the traveling merchant company called Torgs.
And is this the same lady that we just helped find
No.
the dude?
No, this is a completely
There's
different
a
lady.
new lady.
If you guys would like to roll to see if you've seen this lady before, you're welcome to.
Perception.
Yeah, we can do perception. It would be fine, I guess.
Sorry, that's just the one I had in front of me. I don't.
Yeah, that's good. I think it's a overarching.
I suppose I would roll too,
Oh,
because I've
yeah.
been around the towns.
I'm just wondering if she's the peeper.
The peeper?
There was a
From the-
lady
from the
watching
house.
us when we broke in
Oh,
to the house.
This is not the peeper.
You know, when we were doing that old Sicilian welcome party.
None of y'all have seen this person before. Not to be
What's her name?
Stereotypical or racist, but all shell dwarves look the same, even the women, and the men. Her name is we'll just say Lynn. There's an HHLIN. The H is silent, so Lynn.
Huh, okay.
Lynn Trollbane. Robbie, I was telling everybody my RP is gonna be awful tonight because my voice is gone. So she would also, Ed's kind of like introduced herself, or at some point, could have opened up and said that she was a retired bounty hunter. She's just old and just looking to get some of the issues in the murder that's not being taken care of because, well, everyone's worried about just surviving. She's just kind of wanting to vigilante work, if you will.
Gotcha.
Well, and why don't you want the law enforcement involved? And like Alethea saying law enforcement, like they don't really know what that is, so like
They make everything a little bit more muddier.
oh okay.
Now, when you say you want to have it dealt with without law enforcement, do you want a permanent solution?
She's just gonna look at you and just kind of nod. And then she's gonna also look at you very suspiciously now. She's gonna say, make sure you get the right guy. I'm not asking you to go kill randomly. Make sure you have the right
Hell,
guy.
is that what you thought permanent solution was?
I'll elbow him. Just kind of is in a way of like saying like, yeah, knock it off.
And she'll then kind of like step back and just kind of look at you guys and just be like, if this is handled, you could find me here. I come here most evenings now. She's gonna walk back up to the barkeep, get a beer, go have a seat, sitting on a different table. Unless anybody else wanted to say something.
I don't think so.
Can we ask her details about stuff?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because we haven't gotten any information so far, so.
But we do know
You've
where the
gotten a
last murder
few.
was.
Yeah, you've got a little bit, and you can also kind of guess. She may not have a lot, but ask away, please.
So did she say what cities the murders were in?
She did, yeah. So she had said, let me pull back up my notes here.
A trapper in East Haven.
A halfling trapper. in East
Halfling,
Haven,
halfling,
Probably I should have sent you notes through Discord.
Oh, is that what those were?
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da. East Haven, human shipmaker in Targos, glassblower in Brennschatendar.
Chanda.
I have no idea how I'm like if I'm spelling anything remotely close. I'm just like, this is how I heard it. So
And that's gonna be probably better off because I'm a very I say it as I read it, not how it's probably supposed to be said. And then one thing you might have missed when you were gone, Robbie, is each of the victims was found with a dagger of ice through the heart.
Yes, Haley's notes have that. It
Cool.
pretty much answers most of my questions. Thank you,
Okay.
What
Haley.
we don't
Yeah.
know is if one of them was murdered while shining the branders.
I'll ask her. Is ice dagger commonly used by type of people or group?
are you sure it wasn't just a mishap from a building? Maybe they leaned against the wall
Or
and
really
Well-
big icicle fall from roof?
I mean,
Yes.
3.5 times.
all of these things could have happened in the last month, sure.
And why do you suspect this merchant company?
I think it's real convenient that the 3 murders happened where the three most recent places the company has gone.
The
In my line of work, coincidences aren't just coincidences. They're a pattern.
Do you know if there's any connection that the victims had with each other? Or any reason why they would be related in any way?
it all seems like tradesmen.
Let me see here. So she's gonna lean in a little bit. And she's gonna say this real quietly. Well, I have a theory. And I think that whoever's doing this is working for the Frost Maiden herself.
Oh, dun dun dun.
Because there's another pattern. And again, in my line of work, there are no coincidences. But each of those 3 cities just so happen to be cities that sacrifice people to the Frost Maiden.
What is a Frost Maiden?
The Frost Maiden is who everyone thinks is causing what's happening.
Isn't she supposed to be like a giant or god or all the above?
I don't necessarily know if a giant is, but I mean, I'm sure Sten would argue with you that the Frost Maiden is a giant in her own right. She is a god. I think a lesser god. I'll figure that out in a second if you want to know exactly. But she is a god who chooses to live on the material plane. And that's a general common knowledge of anyone who studies her, worships her, knows that she's here on the plains, not elsewhere on wherever gods choose to be. And there's a lot of rumors and theories behind that. But she is like the god of winter's wrath. And so the people here think, and we kind of talked a little bit about this here. Let me go to my cold open. That there is a shimmering aurora that weaves across the sky each night, and it is said to be her, a potent spell that keeps the sun at bay. And so, the theory is that she is here, she is angry, and she is making Tenstown and the people up here pay and causing Winter's wrath, basically. And so, as we had talked about with the different sacrifices, there are 3 different types of sacrifices that settlements have agreed to do, and those are. I know
They
Life,
are
fire, and food.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to
every new moon cycle.
moon cycle. Thank you. I was like, I couldn't remember what the kicker was, but all the town's speakers have come together, and this is what each city has deemed what they could do.
Would Elijah know if Branchander completed their last sacrifice?
You can give me like is there a knowledge check? I apologize. It's gonna take me a while to remember fifth edition again. What are my options?
History, Arcana, Insight,
General intelligence.
Investigation.
Yeah, I think just probably just a blank intelligence. I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be really hard unless you are like, yeah, I definitely have been there within that time period.
My rolls are getting better.
They're getting better, but no, you don't know.
Okay.
You know that you haven't heard that they haven't, but you don't know for sure if they did. If that makes sense. You know what you don't know.
Gotcha.
Wait, you don't know what you don't know. Yeah. Wait, you know what you don't know. Ah, I got it.
You know?
Oh,
I try to know.
but you don't.
I hate you all.
Either way, it would be unusual for 3 towns to miss their sacrifices.
Well, and so she did clarify it was within the month.
Oh, well,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, and so to kind of clarify again, because my voice, I want to make sure I'm not not missing out details I'm trying to get. So she leaned in. She said that her theory is that oh yeah, I never really even got to it. That that these are the places that sacrifice people, and I bet you some of the worst people, the rich people, have found a way to get out of the lotteries. And maybe the Frost Maiden has found out and has sent their assassin. And that's the reason for the ice dagger. Too many coincidences. Too much of the Frost Maiden for me.
All 3 of these people are rich. Did they have more than 100 gold?
I don't really know much about the people. I haven't dug much into them other than their line of work and who they are, or what they were.
So does the Ice Maiden is the one that decides what these sacrifices are?
Well, each town decided what they could essentially give up for the Frost Maiden. The larger towns that had more people ended up deciding to give up people. The smaller ones that had Bountiful Food decided they could give up food, and the other ones decided to give up heat for the night.
How are these people in these towns communicating with the Frost Maiden?
Oh, I suppose like they would communicate with any other god. They probably just pray and hope that their prayers are heard.
She's gonna look at you and be like, you're a wise one.
Well, I'm a faithful devotee to Amada.
She's gonna look at you, and for that I'm sorry.
That's okay. When suffering comes to us all will finally look to Amada.
He feels just gonna look very, very uncomfortable and like side-eyeing.
So is Chris.
Like,
gonna carry some of the drink.
It's like every time
oh
he
no,
starts
my
talking
mama
about
warned
it,
me about you people. Kind of look.
it's like the whole group just like cringes, like, ugh,
Ugh.
this is painful.
That's how I made him.
Gonna have a televangelist like, he'll be healed, my brother, and slap somebody on the face.
Would you like to try this Kool-Aid? No, I would not.
It's the best Kool-Aid out there. You'll
Bet
drink
you're
it when
Jim Dean.
you'll
This is
drink
Jim
it. Drink it
Jones.
when your thirst is parched.
My God.
You guys are horrible. But with that, she's gonna walk away and unless anybody else
Wait.
wants. Oh, yep.
Is do you know where merchant company was headed next?
I don't.
Okay. You suspect it was towns that did the human sacrifice. Do you know next town that would do this?
Those are the only three that do it.
Do you have a map? Could you point to us where these towns are?
I don't have a map, but the god deity does. And let me pull up and kind of show. I'm not gonna put it on the map completely for you guys quite yet until you visit these places. Where is the map? I need to rename this thing so I could find
The
it
map.
more
the map.
easier.
Map, find the map, find the map, find the map,
What
find the
is
map.
it labeled as? Oh, there we go. Icewind Dale.
Look in the backpack.
Swiper, don't stab me.
All right.
Forget,
Not
click
with
on
the
that
ice
browser.
knife, no.
I assume you're streaming from a different browser.
Yes, I have to adjust. It always comes a little slow. I know. I apologize. I need to do that. I need to probably just keep it up and touch it more often. But so
Sounds so bad.
what's that?
Nothing.
It sounded
No.
bad.
No, I know exactly
mean,
what you mean.
yeah,
It's hard to
yeah.
keep it up all the time while you're touching it.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Is that what I
if you
said?
want to keep
Yeah.
it up all the time, you have to.
And
touch
you
it a
also
lot.
said before that it keeps coming up slow, and I'm like, oh no.
Sometimes you just have to touch it faster.
Bunch of
Gotta keep
perverts.
touching
All right, back to this. So down in this direction, over here, would be Bryn Shander. It's like the capital of the area. It's very big. Over in this area, I'm pinging a lot because I don't want to necessarily give it away. Targos is over here, and East Haven is down here towards the bottom of the lake. So, again, Bryn Shander was the most recent one.
And those are the only three that do human sacrifice.
Those are the only three that do human sacrifice. That is correct.
Okay.
It's kind of based on the need or the ability of the city. So like Bryn Shander is a large settlement, like a very large settlement. and they have people to get rid of. That sounds horrible, but they could easily lose a people or two, and we wouldn't really notice.
Look up the Crazy Eddie's people warehouse where we have so many people we have to kill some.
Exactly where you are right now, like every person, is vital to the survival
Precious.
of everybody else. Yeah. So sounds horrible, but
Do you have a hunch or suspicion of where to start looking?
Bryn Shander is where I would go. Just because these merchant companies travel randomly from Tenstown, and, well, maybe they gave away their next location to the people of the town.
Shander was most recent murder?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have contact in city?
Good question. Yeah, give me a second. I gotta get my book of random names. It's not that book. Where's that book? Might be in the garage. Give me a second. Oh, you guys are asking this lady a lot of questions, more than I thought you guys would be.
How does this make you feel emotionally? Did you have good relationship with your parents?
Tell me about childhood. Happiest memory.
I will kill you all if you make me do this for every random episode. Needless to say, your characters will die a lot. Someone roll me who have not has rolled a lot. We will say Tony, roll me a D100, sir. 13. Oh, that's a bad one.
Oh no.
All right, so there is a dwarf. And I might as well take some notes of this.
Named Frank.
Name
Frank Paulson.
Tim.
Dwarf named Bernard. Bernard Frosthaste. That's not how you spell haste. So Bernard Frosthaste and Bryn Shander, an old bounty hunter buddy of his, or of hers. He's very old, white beard, white skin, very light skin. Can be found. Let me get you the tavern I want to put him in, because there are a few.
Dwarf that old can't be much haste anymore.
Do you think you'll let us call him Bernie Brenny? Or Bernie from Brenny?
Call him whatever you want. It would be the North Look, is the tavern.
Northlook Tavern.
Is where, if she was to go looking for him, that's where she would go. And that would be a contact there in Bryn Shander. That would be friendly to her. Not necessarily saying he knows anything, but if you're looking for a contact, that's say my name and he'd be more apt to help than not.
Okay, thank you.
She's gonna look at you now. Any more questions?
Where did they take place in the cities?
Fucking hate you.
It is a good one.
That's a good one. She believes in each of their workplaces. So the shipbuilder in the shipyard, the trapper on the edge of town, and the glassblower in his workshop, I guess is what it would be. You guys are asking more questions than you did for like the game that was like CSI. You've learned.
I think Tyler asked a lot of questions all the time. So
We had to know the name of every NPC.
Every name of NPC, yeah.
every single one.
What's your hopes, your dreams?
It's a
You might as well
dice.
just take a bag of dice, dump them out, and just start writing down the NPC names on a sheet of paper.
Well, I'll
Just
use.
check them off the list.
I'll use Xanathar's guide to everything. You got a good name chart in the back.
That's what I mean. On your day off, just dump out a bunch of dice. Start rolling 'em up.
I'll let you guys. I'll let you guys roll and determine who they are. That's fun. I just want to make sure you guys. It's fun to roll dice. So,
It is fun to roll dice.
she's gonna look at you now. Is Blackthorn? Is that the name? Am I missing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Blackthorn.
Any more questions?
He's just gonna shrug and go back to his drink.
Well, does this mean that we're all a group? Are we traveling together? Oh my, I've never done this before. This is my first adventure. Maybe my second, because I did try to go on an adventure, but it didn't work. Well, I guess it's still the same adventure, but still.
I
guess so.
So, yes.
I'm gonna. Oh, I'm sorry, Josh. What's your character's name? I keep
Elijah.
wanting to call you Orin. I'm gonna look. Chris is gonna look at Elijah and go. You're not gonna like try to save me, are you?
Well, I mean, well, yeah. If you get hurt, I will heal you.
I mean, like religiously. Because if you say no, then we're a group. If you keep like trying to turn me, though,
Save.
no.
I'm sorry. I'm not quite understanding what you're saying. Save you or turn you religiously.
You know, like
As
with religion, like convert me into your religion.
oh no, that no, the Church of Amada. That's not what we're about. We are just here to offer comfort and
Okay, we're done. I'm good. We're a group now.
And we're here to heal the suffering and to help take that suffering away. But we don't
Elijah, this is
we don't
literally
bring
what I was
any
talking about.
we don't try to bring anyone into our fold that doesn't want to be. I mean, eventually we all end up on that suffering deathbed, and
Okay, I'm gonna get up.
generally
from the
most of the
table and
time
just go to the bar.
people ask Ilmata to take that suffering away at the end of that day.
Feels just slightly backing away, like, okay, maybe I don't want to be a part of this.
Blackthorn's just
I
gonna
don't
pick up his
know.
drink and move to a different table.
As you're walking away, Trovis is walking closer, and is gonna kind of grab you around the shoulder and walk you closer back to the group, not realizing you were trying to escape. And he's gonna say, "So how about we get those rooms taken care of? It is getting awfully late, and I need to get back out on patrol."
These are separate rooms, right?
Well,
No, I think you're sharing a room with Trovis. Like, he needs this to happen now for patrol. Later.
What-
Well, let's go see what the Northern Light has available.
What size are these beds?
Just gonna kind of look at you all. I don't know if I've made it perfectly clear. I don't work there. I don't know any of this information.
Oh, well, when we get there, we're gonna ask about the size of the beds, cause me and this guy over here, we may not fit.
I'll be fine. Sleep on the floor.
I'm sure Allie can accommodate.
Yes, I don't. Yes, I'm sorry. I don't want to. Didn't mean to mention the elephant in the room.
Oh my god.
I don't get it.
A plus.
I'm actually surprised the elephant in the room didn't come out the first night.
Yeah.
I want to say I'm very impressed with everybody's self-control to be able to handle that.
Very good.
So if nobody objects, Trovis would like to take you all to the inn. Is there any objections?
Nope.
I get a to-go cup.
Yes. You could. There's like a wood, like stein that you could put it in.
On the way over there though, I would like to talk to Elijah.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, you guys are just heading up the hill, and so once you guys start heading up that way, you're able to allow to talk to Elisha.
Elisha, this is his name, yes? Hello?
You're mute.
I didn't know. I don't think I was muted, but it wasn't
Here
working.
now.
Okay. Yes, that is my name.
I wish to learn more about this Amata that you speak of.
Absolutely. We'd be more than happy to share all the knowledge I have of him.
You say she is one who gives mercy when people suffer.
He is known as the Suffering God. He along his duties include taking upon the suffering of others or trying to take their sufferings away.
This is good. Mercy is good. I like this Amata.
He is a merciful God. There have been many of his clergy that have taken the place of innocent that have been convicted of crimes and sentenced to death, and some of his clergy has decided to take it upon themselves to be a martyr for that cause.
Does this Amata provide favor to those who give mercy?
I would imagine he would, although he can be a vengeful God as well. He does not take kindly to those that prey on children or the innocents, and for them he ends their suffering by wiping them off this earth.
Oh, I see.
Chris is gonna say in the background, so you can be a real motherfucker sometimes, huh?
Thank you, Elijah. I have learned much today. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
And as we continue walking, I'm just gonna look very deep in thought.
Can I get everyone that was not involved in the conversation to roll a perception check? If you were involved in the perception check, you can roll with disadvantage.
If you were involved in the conversation, roll with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Looks like somebody nailed it.
Receptive as fuck.
All right. Several perceptive people here. All right. So it would be anybody with a 15 or higher would notice. The weather has not been as bad this evening, so it's kind of actually all of you all are kind of from the north, so you are all familiar with snow. So when snow kind of gets that like hardening, it crunches, and you guys with the 15s and higher, you're hearing a crunching noise, and if you look behind you, you see a bundled up figure walking briskly towards you.
Can I recognize who this person is? Like if I've seen them before in recent.
I'll let you keep your natural 20, and no, you haven't.
Cool.
Whipping out some weapons.
Okay.
Oh, I just think this is like a new friend, so I'm not pulling out any weapons.
And so as this bundled up,
I don't notice anything.
yeah. So as this bundled up creature kind of is briskly walking towards you, she's gonna take off her hood. You will see that she appears to be a half elf, and she goes, "Well met," and hoping to get your attention.
Do I notice Kristoff pulling out his weapons?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I was gonna say I was a little distracted, but if I notice him doing that, then I will do the same.
Okay.
That's not intimidating at all.
So
So she's now like kind of a little off guard, a little bit. But if you guys all kind of like turn to like acknowledge her.
As soon as I probably didn't even pay attention to the people pulling out weapons, but as soon as I heard "well met," Elijah would have been like, "Well met, back to you,"
Yep.
and then be like, "Oh."
And you see a very cheery, happy, long hair, like a straight long haired half elf female. She's very pretty. She's attractive. And she says, "You're the brave people that just found Travis, aren't you?"
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Travis is like kind of like nodding. Travis is walking with you all. He's just kind of like staying towards the back. He was leading the way, so now he's in the back of this conversation. Now she's kind of getting really shy and bashful. Would you be interested in helping me find someone as well? Well, not really someone, but something.
Like what? Well, what?
And now she, like a little shy, kind of bashful, asking that question. She again brightens back up and very cheerfully says, "I'm looking for Chingawongs."
do I know what that
Is
is?
that your dog?
No, they are tiny elementals. Kedek, you were the one asking?
Yeah.
Let me see here. Let me pull up the little bit of information I have on them. Yes. Well, give me a roll. There's a good chance.
Okay.
So history, I guess?
Or nature?
Nature. Yes, nature's even better. So I will say with that, you know of them. You're not like super familiar with them. But basically, you would know everything she's about to tell you is probably true. They are tiny elementals, and and so she's gonna go and continue on. I feel they are the key to changing the climate back. They are known to alter their natural surroundings, and I want one to study it. If you'd be willing to explore other towns to see if you'd be able to find and capture one for me, that would be so helpful. And Katic, that would be the part that you would have already kind of known from these creatures, is they're whimsical, kind of little tiny little elementals, and they are able to kind of alter their surroundings, and so they can warm up a bush or freeze a bush. Like they're able to manipulate the elements in that tiny little space that they are able to occupy.
Are they friendly
Um,
or kind of neutral?
I want to make sure I give a good answer to this and not be misleading.
All I can think of is the fire elemental in Storm King Thunder.
I know.
That's okay. When I heard the name of
Yeah.
Gigawatts or whatever, I thought, oh, we need to get 1.21
Yeah.
gigawatts.
Yeah. No. Well, and I'm so sorry. I messed it up when I said it. They're called Chewingas. And I've been practicing it, and I looked it up just a second ago, and I messed it up. Chewingas. So if you're looking to spell it, it is CHWINGA. Chewinga.
It's like a chihuahua with wings.
Yes.
That would be
No.
deadly.
They're super. I like them. I think they're really cool.
Would this be anything Leafiel would know of? I feel like this might be in their realm, but if it's not, all cool.
Give me a nature check as well. And in
Not
fact,
to be like,
with yours, I would actually say you would even have advantage.
okay. Not to be like, oh, I saw Robbie roll something bad. Let me try, kind of
No,
thing.
no,
Like,
no,
not
no.
trying to do that.
No, this is, you both have good characters for this. So yeah, you definitely are real familiar with them, with your background. I should have done a lot more looking into these little guys to get you guys this information, because, well, now I know you guys want all of the information. For the
Give it
most
to
part,
us all.
they are very neutral, is how you know them, Robbie. They aren't, without giving too much away, the way I would kind of describe them is, if you guys have ever watched like a lot of like anime, and you know, like the little tiny little elementals that are kind of portrayed in them, and they're kind of like just cute and whimsy and goofy, or like comic relief, or like whatever. That's very much these little creatures, is how you would know them. They're a little mysterious. You don't know much of them. They play kind of little cutesy little tricks, and that's about as like evil as they get. They may manipulate something, or make a little trap out of a pine cone just to get a laugh out of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So they're like fairies or sprites or something.
Yeah, and it's a good way to describe it, but they're definitely themed in this regard. They're very frost type creatures.
Okay.
Not necessarily like fairies.
Well, as long as they're not going to start repeating, hey, listen.
Yeah.
I will ask, who are you to want the Chewinga?
Yes. I'm Danica Greysteel.
And
So
then
you're wanting. Oh, go ahead.
You first.
So you're wanting us to catch one of these, and so you can do what with it exactly?
Well, yes, I actually want to study it because if I could figure out how they're able to manipulate the elements around them, maybe I can mass produce this and save everybody here in Tenstown.
But you would not be harming it in any way. Do you have a way to communicate with it?
Well, no, I've never actually seen one, but I do have this, and she's gonna reach into like her coat, and she's gonna hand out. It's a lantern, and she's gonna say, this is a magical item. It's called a lantern of tracking, and if you use it, it'll glow brightly when you start getting closer to the elementals, which these little tiny creatures are.
Can I roll an insight check to see if what she's wanting is really altruistic or if she's trying to hide something?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me an insight check. You have no reason to believe she's hiding anything. She is a little nervous, but maybe if you've ever met like a nerdy girl that studies a lot, doesn't talk with a lot of like regular folk, it's maybe the impression you're getting from her.
I've heard of these lanterns. We've got one of these in our tribe, but they're more look for giants though, and not elemental, I guess.
Oh, that's fascinating. But yeah, but this one here is really just meant for elementals, and I've been using it, but I haven't had any luck here, and I have so many studies else that I need to be getting done, and I just don't have a lot of field experience, and I don't have a lot of time to be going from settlement to settlement in hopes to find one.
But you're not looking into hurting it in any way, correct? You're not gonna like attempt to cut into it or.
Oh no, I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be a like. Is it called a Godiver? Cadaver?
Cadaver.
There you go. No. I mean, if you brought it to me, unfortunately.
You're gonna dissect it. You're gonna cut it open, look at its insides.
Yeah, if you've brought it to me deceased, maybe I would, but I'm not gonna intentionally kill the poor creature. I would hope to study it, understand it, hopefully communicate with it, and once I have my findings, I would let it free. I don't have.
Well,
much...
I don't find much harm in looking for it while we're traveling.
Excellent. She's gonna just shove the lantern in your arms. I'd be willing to offer the whole group 25 gold. It's all I have, and you could keep the lantern once you find them.
The lantern be used for not? Can it be used for other things? Can we tell it to go look for like a cat?
Or other elementals?
If the cat,
Well, I don't know why we would need a cat, but
an elemental, yeah.
Oh, so it only finds elementals. That's it.
That's correct.
That's
Oh,
elementary, my dear Watson.
Yeah,
Puns are
we
getting
had
worse tonight.
Elementally, yeah, I'm not drunk yet.
we had something similar at our tribe, to during our one of our little ceremonies when we come of age, we have to find a giant.
Mm.
What do you do with the giant?
Oh, normally we would come of age. We have to bring a some kind of offering to the giant, and the giant will grant us things, like magic.
A wish. Gives you a magic wish. That's nice.
Not really a wish, more of knowledge, but
Oh.
yes. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a knife out and carve a symbol into the snow. If anyone knows giant, it says stone.
I do.
We don't know giant. You're just carving a symbol into the ground.
You're just drawn in the snow.
At least he
no,
pulled
what's
out his
that?
dagger.
Just looks like he drew a big penis.
I mean, it's stone, so.
It's a symbol for stone.
At least it wasn't wood.
Leafield can recognize it, but Leafield's just kind of like nodding their head, like, okay.
Chris is gonna point to it and go, "What the hell does that mean?"
Means stone.
Danica's gonna like put her hood back on. Thanks. And just run back.
Wait, where do we find you when we capture Tiny Thing?
Oh, good question. I guess I'll look for you occasionally at the hook, line, and sinker.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
bye.
She's gonna run back 'cause she's getting very cold. And Jarvis is gonna kind of note, like, you guys are getting kind of busy. And
Well, work is never really truly done.
well, I know that feeling. And he's gonna head up and take you guys all the way into the Northern Light. All right. When you guys enter the Northern Light, anything else you guys want to have happened before then?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. So when you guys head up, the inn appears to be mostly empty. A young woman looks up at you as you enter, gives Tervis a smile, and says, "Did you fall asleep outside again? I'm telling you, Tervis, one day you're gonna have to stop relying on the kindness of strangers." The woman opens the door into what looks like a kitchen and calls out, "Heat up something for Tervis. He's been pulling patrol again." And then she's looking at you guys now and says, "What can I do for you?"
With like a couple of rooms, maybe something to eat.
Well, I do believe Travis said that he would be paying for our accommodations.
Oh, of course he did. And the lady, the human woman, Elifiel, you said you wanted rooms, right? Is what you said. I apologize. I got
Couple of rooms and something to eat.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. She's kind of gonna count heads, and she'll open the door and almost knocking over a woman as she's walking out with a bowl of soup. We'll actually need 6, if that's okay. And she just kind of gives a stern kind of like, oh, look, hands the front lady the bowl of soup and walks back to the kitchen. Um, and I'm trying to think what is just innkeeper, I guess, is um the individual would be called their job. She kind of looks at you and just smiles like awkwardly, like, um, yeah, we need a room for each of you.
Preferably, I would think.
Oh, yeah, I think we can accommodate. Um, d d uh, would you two prefer one of our larger rooms? Looking at Gadigan's den.
Yes. As long as the beds are large.
I, 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 I'm sure you could fit. At this point, the door to the kitchen swings open with a stern-looking woman now holding a large tray with six bowls of soup. She places the tray down on the front counter uh, and then starts talking to Trovis and says, "No dwarf did this. Someone would have spotted them, caught them. No, there's something more going on besides, like, what would hungry dwarves want with a lantern?" And Trovis just kind of like shrugs. Like, I don't know.
Well, this is the stolen lantern.
Yes, our namesake was stolen. It was a magical lantern that just changed from what were the colors again? I think it was red, blue, and yellow, and it would just change periodically, and it was just a unique feature. I think it was told to you by Trovis before.
But technically, this is the northern ...
It's the northern missing light.
Well, I suppose in our travels we will keep an eye out for such a lantern.
Oh, and that would actually be really awesome. Were you willing to track down and see who maybe we're stealing?
Well, I'm just saying we will be traveling to another town soon, and if we do happen to find someone trying to sell said lantern, I would imagine we would attempt to try to find out who did it to at least get the light back to you.
So Trovis is gonna kind of like, if everyone kind of is kind of looking at him, he's gonna kind of bashfully be like looking, and the cook is gonna say, "Trovis, you didn't even ask them," and he's gonna kind of bashfully say, I haven't got to it yet. I wanted to
Trovis.
I wanted to wait for the right time, get them fluffed up. We don't really have a lot of adventurers come up here, and we aren't really able to spare people other than myself to really handle this thievery issue. That's why I've been trying to put out patrols, but I have found footprints, and we believe them to be dwarves. But I've tracked them, and they came of nothing. And, well, I was gonna maybe see if you guys would be willing to look out this evening and maybe see if you could find foot tracks, or see if you could catch the perps red-handed.
Why would dwarves need a lantern? I thought they can see in the dark.
It's magical and unique.
Dwarves have aesthetic. I mean, yes, they can see in the dark, but they don't want to see a shitty interior.
You have a point.
Well, they also took goats
They took goats
and
there was-
pearls.
And pearls, yeah. I was like, there was one other thing I can't remember the pearls.
Pearls are from the general store, correct?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, they're dressing up the goats and using the lamp for lighting. I mean,
Got some
what else
pearls.
would you?
So let me get this straight. You were paying for our rooms for the night, but yet wanted us to go out on a patrol this evening.
Well, it doesn't have to be this evening. You're more than welcome to getting rest, but not. I mean, he's kind of looking at you. And you know, it's like nighttime all the time, right?
Yes, that is true.
I can't offer much, but it would be nice if you guys would be kind enough to maybe help and put this thievery to bed. But you don't have to. You don't. I don't want to put you out or anything.
I certainly don't mind keeping an eye out while we're still in town.
Well, that's
I am not much for going out and finding tracks in the wild.
fair enough. Fair enough.
These
Yeah.
footprints that you had found, where did you find them? And what way were they leading?
See, I didn't even know to ask a question like that.
Well, the tracks were here at the end, and they led north. I followed them, and I lost them, and then I got lost myself. And he's just gonna look at you, Elijah, and just be like, I know what you mean, but it's tracking is not a skill I really have.
Well, I'm a hunter, so I have some skills in tracking.
I'm used to snow and looking at it.
So maybe after you guys get rest, you would be willing to see what you can see?
Hmm.
Perhaps we could just look around tomorrow. If we find something, then we find something. But it seems like murders that have been happening lately are maybe more pressing. I don't know.
Well, especially since we get paid for those.
Oh, that's true.
Like Turvis is like confused. There's been murders here?
Oh, not
Yeah.
here. In other cities.
Okay. He's kind of like has a sigh of relief, like he's barely hanging on to this issue.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
suppose-
unless you want
I
there
do
to be murders here.
Oh,
I mean, that could happen. I don't know by who. I mean, if anything's possible, honestly.
now Elijah's gonna
It's like,
look at Lethiel
yeah, it's
like,
are you
just kind
threatening?
of side glance, just kind of
No,
side
I'm not
glancing.
threatening. I'm just saying anything can happen. And like, Lee feels very much not trying to hint at anything. It's just literally just Lee feels just saying, legit, like, things are possible. Like, nothing is impossible.
You know, sometimes people die. It happens.
Since we're going, or we're planning on departing, we're going to need supplies to head that way out of town.
Oh,
If
yeah,
we
how do
manage
we-
to find your thieves, could supplies be worked out for us?
I mean, if we happen to find the thieves, I mean, maybe we could keep part of what they had stolen, seeing how it. Nobody else had it for a while.
No, I don't want any goats. No, thank you.
It wouldn't hurt to stack up on oil. I'm sure this lantern requires it.
No, the magical one. The tracking one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, 6 hours on 1 pint of oil.
Yeah.
Pint's not that much.
No, it's not that much.
Mm.
But who were you asking, Blackthorn, about the resources?
Since Trovis is the one asking us to look for the I would be asking Trovis.
Okay.
He's the one commissioning us.
He is. What would you need?
Blackthorn's gonna glance over at the group, just to see if everyone's at least well stocked as far as warm clothing. But I assume we'd want food, some means of shelter for when we're out there.
Oh,
For
yeah.
anyone that might not have it.
Is there a tent or something that we can get that holds 6 people? Because normally they can only hold up to 2 people.
More than one tent that can hold up to 2 people, and then independently, like house us.
Sew it all together.
No,
We can
like
serve so much heat that way.
have them different, so we can like not have to pile together for every night, but still have enough for all of us.
No. This is how we would do it back at
We
my
sleep in
home.
hive. We sleep in hive. We sleep in hive.
Well, where I come from, privacy is nice, so I would like to maintain that.
So
Right,
Travis
I
is gonna
see.
say, if you are willing to set aside any of your other tasks and put this as a priority, I'm sure Anitas would be willing to aid in some of the supplies needed if you are to head out.
Sounds reasonable.
Yes, sounds fair.
Okay.
But unfortunately, their store is definitely won't be open until in the morning.
I suppose we can give this a couple days. Looking into. Though I would much prefer to look into the job that has the most suffering.
They are already dead. They cannot get any deader.
But more people can get deader.
That is good then. More clues.
Perhaps. You got the point there.
Yeah, if we do the whole elemental thing, maybe we can help everyone.
Well, if we travel and don't die, that'll help it a lot as well. So maybe supplies might not be a bad idea.
It gets very easy to get lost out there. It's kind of hard to see the road sometime.
His long trip to whatever that town's name was.
Brenshander.
Brenshander.
There's no gold for us if we're dead on the road.
Yes.
I'm not sure how long of a trip it is. I should know, but I don't know.
God, how long of a trip?
I ran to the potty.
I can see you often.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a good chart. Where is it at? Most trips, I think, honestly, and I'm speaking off tongue here, so don't hold me to it. But most trips are I don't know, give me a second. It's funny. This city doesn't tell me, but I think I want to say there was a giant list. It was like from this city to this city, it was this time. And some cities will tell me what the nearest city is and how long it takes by foot, but I thought I had a big chart. So let me see if there is one. Because you guys would be traveling by foot, and that takes a minute. Yeah, because
Oh, not bad then if it only takes a minute.
Hey, I mean,
At least.
might as well just give us a helm of teleportation at this point.
Okay, so the town south from here would be about 2 hours away. From there, Bryn Shander is about 10.5. East Haven's about 9. Goodmead's about 8. And that's some of the farthest walking there is. So
What is the town south? Is that
it is
Argos?
Dineville.
I'm trying to like write down the distance
Yeah.
time wise.
Yeah, so it would definitely be a 2-hour walk to the next city, and you would be able to kind of stay and then head out. I mean, you could definitely in good weather head out to the next city for an 8, 9, 10-hour walk, and do that in a day with good weather and some luck.
Yeah.
But you might be forced to stop, because you gotta think about it. It's basically nighttime the entire time.
Crunch, crunch, crunch through the snow.
Yeah.
Can we get some sled dogs?
You are able to get sled dogs for sure. I don't know if you have the means or the money for it. The empty sled costs 20 gold. It weighs 300 pounds and has room on the back for one driver. A sled dog costs 50 gold and can pull 360 pounds. And a discrepancy is sled dogs must take a short break after pulling a sled for 1 hour. Otherwise, they gain a level of exhaustion.
Yeah, we're gonna need 150 of them too to get there.
Yeah. So there are other means of traveling, and you guys may discover them later on. But right now, for the most part, snow
I'm gonna
dogs,
find that helm.
sleds. You're gonna find that helm. There's no helm.
I'm gonna find that helm.
There is no that helm.
Yeah, there's no Harper base here.
So, yeah, I promise you, even if the book gives it, there is no that helm. You will sled it a lot. So, but the innkeep is going to kind of show you guys to your room, and Trovis is just gonna kind of leave it at that, letting you guys kind of talk, and he's gonna get out to his patrol. He doesn't want to stay for too long, hoping that he'll see you in the morning. So you guys are NPC free for the moment. if you guys want to kind of talk. And I will put this. I want to actually make a tab for you guys. As I said in this session 0, you'll be getting several quests. None of them are a requirement. None of them are game breaking theme like driving. That's the most important thing. This is all if you guys decide you want to do stuff, do it. If not, go to the next town, see what happens. Go do what you guys want. So this is where you guys kind of decide what it is that you guys are maybe seeking.
Didn't you say in session 0 that like how we interact with the towns is important? Like our reputation and like kind of like the politics of the town, like between us is important?
Yeah, and it will
Okay.
be. My aim is there are cities with different rivalries, and as you start getting to know people, or kind of like if you accomplish tasks in certain cities, rumors will get around that a group of adventurers that fit your descriptions. It won't be hard with Kedic.
Yeah.
There's a certain something that will definitely stand out, and they'll kind of maybe resent you for maybe helping a rival town unless you help them, and so there'll be kind of
Yeah.
like a hidden reputation bar that you may
Cool.
feel, but it's not the end all be all.
I'm excited.
Everybody likes this. The little thing like Fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game, if there's a way to describe it in one word as an overarching theme, is your actions have consequences, positive and negative. So even so much of who you decide to help and who
Chris
you don't.
punches a baby. Kidding.
Yeah, you may be known as the baby puncher.
Whose doors we kick in?
Yes, which speaker, you rob, and break and enter their house. So
What?
You didn't
No
rob.
idea. We don't know.
he doesn't know yet. Yeah,
No.
rumor is getting around that there was an elephant mammoth type creature knocking in doors, and a group of bandits went in after it.
That could be anybody.
Could be anybody.
Honestly.
I fixed it after.
He'll be able to
Sometimes,
fix it. He'll
Robbie,
take his- he
the
can
worst
just take
crime
his
is the
back
cover
door.
up.
He can just take his back door, put it on the front. He wasn't using
Yeah.
the back door anyway.
Well, when you're having a hard time keeping it up, you got to keep touching it. I still can't
It's hard
believe I said
sometimes,
that. You all were just giggling. I'm actually gonna go back and I want to clip that. That one was funny. So
Giggling like a bunch of fifth graders.
yeah. I didn't even get it until I think it was Chris that was saying it. I was like, oh god. So, but like I said, so I'm, as DM, I'm stepping away, allowing you guys to interact if you want, or say, you know what, like we want to go to sleep and we'll deal with it in the morning. But you guys have your bowls of soup. You guys could be in your rooms if you'd like, or down in like the little. We'll say they have a little breakfast area.
So we each got individual rooms.
Yeah, it's not like there's a high demand of rooms. It's probably going to be pretty common until you get to the bigger cities.
So it's the next morning.
Yeah. Unless you guys wanted to talk, so yeah, it'll be the next morning.
I don't have anything specific.
I actually during the night I will go to Elijah's room and knock on the door.
Okay.
And wait for him to answer.
How late during the night?
Praise for like 2 hours straight. Like you gotta wait.
Not too long after we retired. Kind of like pretty much as soon as everybody got settled into their rooms.
Then Elijah would definitely answer the door. Elijah would answer the door anyway, but Elijah probably hadn't quite laid down yet. So
Elijah,
yes, come on in, Kerek.
I wanted to ask about Amata again.
Absolutely.
Earlier I asked if those who give mercy are favored by Amata. I must be honest, I was talking about myself. I was wondering if there was any way to know if I had gained favor or was seen badly for what I have done.
I would not be able to answer that for you. From what I have seen of you, gain favor, but I don't know of your past, and I don't know what Ilmata thinks of you. But if you are bettering yourself and looking for mercy, then Ilmata would be the one to give it.
You ask Amata for me, yes?
Yes, absolutely. I will include you in my prayers.
Thank you, Elijah. Thank you. This is weight off shoulders. And without saying much more, I will get up and go knock on Kristoff's door.
I'll answer, but it'll take a while. Just like open the door all disheveled. It's like, oh, hi.
You have minute?
Yeah, come in.
Come in and just plop down on the floor. You are okay? Yes?
Yeah, I'm fine. Are you?
Yes. You are okay with Nukru? You are not worried?
I'm always a little worried. I mean, not really sure what to do or trust right now, but you know, they seem like good people. What do you think?
Plan has not changed then?
No.
Okay. I do not know about the Blackthorn or the Sten, but I like the Elijah, and Tiny Elf seems harmless.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of there's a little bit of something I like in all of them.
Okay. If you are okay, then I am okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I let you sleep.
You get some rest too. You got a busy day and you need your sleep, big buddy.
And I will like take off several furs and kind of plop them down on top of Kristoff. You are small. Keep warm.
How many
Thank-
furs do you have?
Thank you. There's so many.
I like to say a little bit. Oh,
Go for it. Go for it.
okay. For Alethio is just gonna kind of curl up into like a sad little ball on the bed, not used to being alone. And kind of like look over like how big the room is, even if it is like a fairly small room. Just kind of, it's empty, has this empty feeling, and kind of look over the gift that they've been given, and look over it, kind of hug it close, and tuck it back into like one of their pockets. But that's the thing that I wanted to say.
Oh.
Once Elijah thinks people have settled down. He's gotten out of his armor, gone through some prayers. He will leave his room, go down to the front desk, and note, and go back up to his room.
I say that one more time. It broke out just slightly.
He will go downstairs to the front desk, leave a note.
Leave a note. Okay.
Yeah, with the innkeeper, and then go back upstairs.
Okay. That's what I thought you said. I just wanted to say. Are you gonna say out loud what you put on the note, or are you gonna message me?
I'll message you.
Okay.
I'm loving these secrets. Oh my god.
Secrets. So real quick, just to address, I have a few people watching, mostly my friends, and so I do want to point out one of the other fun things about this campaign that we're doing is everyone has a dark secret. Everyone, and I want them to meta knowledge that you have a secret, because everybody up here in the north, it's kind of like Alaska. A lot of the people up there, they have dark pasts,
Secrets.
maybe, and they have secrets, and people don't ask, hey, why are you up here? You just kind of assume everyone has a story to tell, or a secret. There's a reason you're up in this horrible place to live, and so everyone's got really cool, fun secrets, and so I want people to be suspicious, and maybe things will come to light of those secrets. And I think that's probably the most fun. To me as a DM, I know the secrets. And we have some juicy ones, but that's all I will say. Anyway, anybody else have anything they want to do in the evenings?
If Kedek's room is close to mine, he might be able to hear me praying for him. Ilmater the wise, Ilmater the merciful, Ilmater the enduring, hear my prayer. I ask for mercy for myself and for my friend Kedek. Forgive our most wicked sins. Thanks to you I breathe.
That was beautiful.
An actually religious cleric. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dang. But he's ugly though.
He'll try to keep you guys alive, but if he dies, the next cleric is nowhere going to be near this guy.
So if you mean when he does. Alright.
I'm just thinking of the Tiger King as a cleric. This is fun.
All right. Anything else anybody wanted to do? I want to make sure I'm not cutting anybody's opportunity.
Yes, Sten likes to go to Elijah's room.
To whose room
Everyone's
again?
Visiting Elijah.
Elijah.
Oh, okay, yes.
I am getting so many visitors.
Can't
Just want to sleep.
The traditional pastor. Leave me alone. All right. And what are you doing there?
Not kind of knocking on his door,
Oh, yes.
Hey, Stan.
Oh, brother Sten, come on in. What can I do for you?
So, the whole thing that happens today with the break-in, I'm not exactly feeling great about that.
Well, I wasn't quite feeling great about it either, but if there was trouble inside, I felt that I should go in with them.
Yeah, I was thinking that we can't really help the less fortunate if we're breaking into their home.
Well, he may have been injured and laying upon his floor or something. So I understand the wanting to go in there and look.
I didn't really think about that.
I knew you were in earshot, and if there was trouble, I knew you would have gladly come in and helped.
All right, but yeah, that was. I'm just letting you know my thoughts.
Well, I'm quite certain we'll try to keep the break-ins to a minimum. I don't see us having to do that often. We will have, if we do find these thieves, we'll have to enter their domicile and try to apprehend them.
I'm actually okay with that kind of part, though, as long as they're criminals and not innocent people.
Quite understandable.
All right, I will let you sleep then.
I look forward to seeing you in the morning.
You as well. And I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna knock on Leafie's room.
Just one sec. Okay. Hi, Austin. Hello.
Hello, Leafio, right?
Yes.
So I saw you tracking earlier. Are you a hunter?
Hunter. Sometimes I kind of like to just wander around. I know like a forest area really good.
Oh, really? I've actually learned a bit about hunting for my tribe. We're actually live in the mountains, so.
Oh, how nice! I have not been to the mountains.
Oh yeah, it's a bit colder than it is here, so you may not like that, but for us Goliaths, the temperature is okay for us.
Yes, it is. It's quite cold in the forest where I'm from.
So can I see that lantern you have there?
Wait, did I have the lantern?
You had oh, or did
Elijah had the lantern.
Elijah
like-
had the lantern. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't have the lantern. I'm sorry. I think
Oh.
Elijah has the lantern.
Oh, okay.
I talked to you for nothing. Just leave.
All right. I'm sorry to disturb you. I'll let you sleep.
Oh, okay, bye. Okay. Ha ha ha. Bye. Just slowly closes the door.
Cries a tear in silence.
Yep.
All by myself. Don't want to be.
I could go back to Elijah's room, knock on his door again.
Okay. Elijah's like, son of a,
Yeah.
son of a light,
Yes.
my mother.
Hey, sorry to bother again, but it's Sten.
Yeah. Come on in, brother Stan. What can I do for you now?
Can I look at that lantern?
Absolutely. Here.
Yeah, like I said before, we have a similar one at our tribe, but it was for the tests we had to make, to find a giant.
Right. I remember you telling me about going on like a little quest type thing, finding giants and learning runes.
Yes. So what do you think this this lantern has a specific thing, but finding for elementals?
Well, that is what the young lady said. I don't suppose it can find anything else.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's specifically for those little Chwanis, or if it's any elemental, but I suppose it wouldn't hurt to carry it with us in case there are larger elementals.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if what you say is true, and she can make it at least a little warmer for the people in the 10 towns, that would definitely be great to helping those that are homeless.
If she can figure out to duplicate what they can do, it'd be a great boon for all the cities.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping maybe that comes a priority, maybe for the, I don't know, sure what the group is going to decide, but yes.
I am at this point. I'm just a humble servant in this group. Um, I'm just wanting to make sure no one gets hurt.
Yeah. That's what I'm here to try to protect people, making sure maybe in a fight, maybe I can stop people from, getting too many hits from whatever, like wolves or something.
Oh, I'm quite certain you can definitely help protect us.
Well, I hope so. Well, I apologize for the intrusions. I will go back to my room.
No problem, no problem. You have a very good sleep.
You as well.
I will see you in the morning when it's dark.
I like your sense of humor.
So does anybody else want to go bother Elijah?
Yes, Christoph is gonna come out of his room. He's gonna knock on Elijah's door.
Yes,
You have a second?
absolutely. What can I do for you?
I was just wondering where babies come from. I mean, I've always had an idea, but I never quite knew. Can you explain it in great detail?
Such a troll.
Elijah will go into detail, explaining the love of one person and another.
Fair enough. All right. So does anybody else have anything for real they would like to do? All right. So the evening happens. It's an uneventful night in your local inn. And overnight, as every night, a purple flash of like dust twinkles over the distant sky, and the sun never rises. So you wake up and it's got a little bit of a twilight. There is a difference. Like think of when the night is blue and purple. That is what it is during the late morning, early afternoon time. So there's a little bit of light, but that is it. So you all wake up. What do you guys do?
Go
Food.
downstairs for more soup. Oh, it's soup time.
The chef, which again, my lack of the ability to role play this evening, which I apologize. I'm going to just tell you the names. The innkeeper is Allie. They are sisters, and the chef is Corey. So Corey is down there. She's very stern and rough around the edges, a little more masculine, and she has a few bowls of soup prepared, and she offers them to you all as you all come down.
I'm gonna go down, and when I eat my soup, I'm gonna like suck it up in my trunk and then spray it in my mouth.
One go at it.
And all the chunks in there too.
Extra nutrient.
Build up that immune system.
It is very efficient, it seems.
Yes.
I should try that one day.
I do not know how you would do that. Your nose is very small.
I mean, I could just put my nose down in the bowl, but like at that point, my mouth is already there. So maybe I should try it.
Just imagining you going down, like snorting, coughing in it.
How did your character die, Haley? Oh, they drowned in a bowl of soup.
Yeah.
Roll a Constitution check. You suffocate.
Oh, it must have been the Chunky brand.
But Corey's gonna see a few of you all down there, and she's just gonna very kind of gruffly ask, "Are you gonna help?"
Help
We'll
with
help
what?
with what?
Thieves.
Are you gonna help us
Oh.
find out who's been terrorizing our city, our
For
town?
Yeah.
for the supplies, yes.
I thought you meant you needed help in the kitchen.
Yes, or do dishes.
Do dishes with your nose.
I could. Maybe not be clean, but sort of clean.
They will be done though.
She's just gonna kind of look and just be like, "No, thank you."
I could try to use my nose.
Yes.
Anyways, bunch of weirdos. So, Trovis is actually gonna come in. He's gonna come in kind of frantic. Oh, I was worried you would have left. Are you willing to aid me?
Yes.
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 And he's kind of like excellent. Let's head over to Anita's and see what she's willing to provide.
Oh, well, I thought we were going to take care of the job first, and then see what. I guess we should see what she has to provide first.
Wait. I thought the understanding was you guys wanted the supplies for doing the mission.
I think it was more for traveling.
I
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
thought we were
That's
getting supplies for as payment for
oh,
the
okay. So
Yeah.
that's DM mistaking. So never mind. So Trovis is going to be excited, and say I look forward to you all having a success and allowing me to get a nice evening of rest.
You mean still getting passed out drunk? Except not in the street, right?
He's just gonna smile and wink.
Oh, I knew it.
So, with that, I actually think right there's going to be a good point to stop. The only reason I was prodding is I just want to prepare for next week. Prepare whether you were heading south to the next city or whichever direction you end up going if you are maybe looking to help out this town. So obviously you're not bound to that in the next 2 weeks, but I just kind of wanted to see where the party was leaning and if the party's kind of seeming to lean this way. And if you guys end up again change because you guys have a chance to think about it, feelings aren't going to be hurt. So
And every morning it will be a ritual type thing
yes.
that Elijah will cast good berry and hand one berry out to each person.
Oh,
'Cause they disappear after the day, right?
They just become a normal berry at the end of the day.
Ah.
Leafeel's got like 1,000 berries.
Oh no, Leafeel's getting really nervous. Like, oh no.
I love it. So give me a second and I will be right back, you all. All right, everybody. I really appreciate if you are new here. Thanks for hanging out. I had a screaming match with somebody who almost ran over my child today, and so my voice is a little hoarse. I usually try to do some voices, not much, but my RP abilities were really, really lacking this evening. But we do this every Thursday. We won't be doing it next Thursday because of Thanksgiving. But we will be doing it the following Thursday. So if you like the stream, you like us, you want to watch maybe a little bit more, it's only session 2. And this is our second long campaign we've done as a group of friends. We've done other games and other campaigns together. So we have, I think, a good cohesion. We like playing D&D together. And so hopefully it's enjoyable for you. If you like it and you want to support, give me a follow. That is the best way to support me. If you really, really like it and you really want to support me, tell a friend. And with that, I'm actually going to end it there, guys. Thank you so much. Shekel Spy, I know who you are. Thank you for the sub. I'm going to find out why I'm not getting the notifications. I think I need to re-download Streamlabs. So I will make sure that gets fixed. Because it hasn't done it for Nate the last couple times he's subbed as well. So I'm going to get that fixed. Good night, everybody. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. Have a great Thanksgiving. I won't be here all next week. But the following week, I have a lot of stuff planned for the end of the month. A lot of cool things we're going to do. Maybe Guild Wars, do some expeditions, and New World. And, of course, D&D on Thursday nights. And with that, good night, everybody. See you later.